This article published on lifeset.com pertains to a treatment created by Dr. Stephen Gundry and is aimed at the layperson. The publication does the bare minimum to disclose its underlying commercial interests by attributing authorship to a sponsor content team, but does not overtly disclose it's selling a product. It can best be described as an advertorial, paid content disguised as medical journalism. Articles covering medical issues serve a valuable purpose, educating the public on important medical issues and developments. At their best, they faithfully convey medical information and facts in a concise manner, using language appropriate to the target audience. This article fails on most of these fronts outside of its use of layperson language. The article describes Dr. Gundry as a world-renowned heart surgeon. This represents an appeal to authority and cajoles the reader into thinking he's a doctor, he is trustworthy, and he has my best interests at heart. This is followed by celebrity endorsements, which are inappropriate in the context of medical journalism. If you're going to drop a name to establish credibility, make it the name of a credible journal or researcher working in the field your article deals with. Otherwise, it just comes off as a cheap marketing exercise and is akin to asking an accountant for details on how to treat your hemorrhoids. Dr. Gundry has published numerous peer-reviewed articles on cardiothoracic surgery, but instead of discussing this, the author draws attention to Dr. Gundry's non-peer-reviewed, non-fiction book and boasts about its best-selling status. Populism does not equate to evidence-based, and it's incumbent on medical journalists not to exploit laypeople's confusion in this regard. It's worse still when it is done to achieve a veiled commercial outcome. The article is littered with alarmist language to evoke an emotional response from the reader. My personal favourite, we're under attack by the foods we eat 24 hours a day. Note to viewer, tinfoil hats are no match for homicidal hummus. The language is non-specific and generalised and is designed to appeal to a large swathe of the adult population that may read it. This information is conveyed in a biased fashion, with the sole voice of dissent coming from a nutritionist who advises caution until we see what the results are. Results? What results? There is no reference to any ongoing clinical trials to measure the supplement's effectiveness. The article describes Dr. Gundry's discovery as medical treatment that has science behind its formula. However, it does not allude to any relevant peer-reviewed science or even give details about what the treatment entails. Only vague allusions are given to something about micronutrient replenishment. How can anyone reading the piece verify its accuracy without these important details? The answer is they can't, and this is likely by design, given the paucity of empirically based evidence provided. The article lacks substance, with limited medical terminology used throughout. When it does reference conditions such as diabetes, it fails to provide any real detail. It could have described the pathogenesis of this condition, involving destruction of the beta cells within the pancreas, which in turn adversely impacts the body's ability to manage glucose levels. The only evidence given for the treatment's effectiveness are anecdotes from Dr. Gundry himself, stating that his patients are now reporting natural, long-lasting energy without a crash, and that this radical breakthrough was inspired by a single hopeless patient, sample size of 1. To improve the article, the author could have used peer-reviewed scientific publications to verify its claims regarding the treatment's efficacy, such as the specific formulation of the treatment and their impact on different systems on the human body. Overt disclosure of any commercial interests and affiliations that the author may have with Dr. Gundry would have enabled the reader to frame the information presented within its commercial context. And better yet, the article could have been written by a fully independent medical journalist.